Alrighty folks, this is Alan recording another comprehensive Magic of the Gathering Arena draft video. I've been on a hiatus for some time now due to the fact that I had to attend to real life matters, but yeah, we're back at it again. Let's fire off some Premier Draft Kaldheim before Strixhaven arrives. And I did miss out on most of the War to Spark Premier drafts and Core Set 2020, the Core Set drafts, but honestly I'm not really a big fan of those two sets anyways, so let's just get started and do some draft a set that's much more feels a little bit more balanced if you know what you're doing. And pack one, pick one. We do see some interesting cards. Agar the Freezing Frame and Rune Crown are both excellent. The Armory, good in the red-white equipment stack. Herald Unite the Elves is great, but you do need to kind of force the elf archetype to make this card powerful, but it's definitely something that's really strong too. It's almost like Agar, where both of these cards are like the key pieces to their respective archetypes. Looking at the commons, nothing stands out besides maybe Govane Pick or the Snow-Covered Mountain. Sculptor Winter, I guess, for the snow decks. So yeah, just as a pretty exciting pack. I mean, both of these cards are more committal towards anything else, but they're both definitely very powerful in their respective archetypes. The Rune Crown can go in any deck, basically, and you can just use this to search any rune that you like that's in your color, and it can be quite fantastic. I think I'm just leaning towards the Rune Crown just to stay the most flexible and open, and then hopefully I can find my lane. But yeah, I can either be in Blue-Red Giants or whatchamacallit, Black-Green Elves, but they're just too committal. Here we do see Usher the Fallen, which is excellent, and I'm a big fan of white aggressive decks, especially with the runes. There's also Finn the Fangbearer, which is an excellent 2-drop in the green deck as well. Nice defensive creature that can block in the early game and trade off in the late game. And then at common, we have Behold the Multiverse, Struggle for Skemfar, and Ravenous Slitworm. I think I would lean towards Behold over both of these, but then between Usher the Fallen, Behold the Multiverse, and Finn, I think they're actually both kind of close as well. Yeah, given that we took a Rune Crown, I feel more inclined to just take Usher of the Fallen and just lean towards some sort of aggressive white deck, since that's usually where runes and equipments typically shine. So I wouldn't fault anyone for taking this, honestly, but Behold can honestly just be the best card in this pack. But given my first pick, I think I'm just going to gear myself towards some sort of boring aggro deck and take the Usher the Fallen, since Rune Crown plays nicely with it. So yeah, let's just draft a boring white aggressive deck with the Rune Crown and see where we end up. And Maya is great. Probably the best card in the pack for us after taking Usher the Fallen, especially if we're going to generate tokens off of Usher. This card is fantastic. The second best cards like Skemfar, Shadow Sage. Had we taken the Elf Saga, we'd probably take Finn out of that pack, and then after taking Finn, we would take the Skemfar Shadow Sage and just force the black-white Elves deck with the Saga. But here I'm liking Maya Bredegar Protector, and then hopefully we can draft some sort of white-green go-wide deck. And this card is just awesome. It has a really nice landfall ability that can also just get out of hand. Okay, nothing exciting out of this pack outside of a Run Amok. But I think I don't mind just taking a Beskir Shieldmate to keep myself in white, since it does play well with the Maya Bredegar Protector anyway, since it can leave back a token when it dies. Best card is probably the Axguard Armory, but if we're not red-white, I mean, we can always pick up this later if we're the only red-white drafter, so just going to take the Shieldmate. Overall, this pack wasn't very exciting for us. Can just take a Story Seeker as a good 2-drop, although we're seeing some good red cards, Run Amok, Frostbite, and the Doomscar Titan. But, you know, given the fact that I wanted to just keep myself in white again, I think I'm just going to take Story Seeker. This is just a really good 2-drop. Doomscar Titan is excellent as well, but it is pretty expensive if you're unable to cast this, and it's just stuck in your hand. It can be kind of awkward, whereas if we're just going to be playing a white aggressive deck, we just want to ensure that we have a million 2-drops to overwhelm the opponent with, so I'm going to take the Story Seeker here. And good sign that white is open. Okay. Well, Firja is just too good, right? I'm not a big fan of black-white, but if I'm being passed to Firja, I will definitely consider playing her. Otherwise, Warhorn Blast could be nice with Maya, but we can always, again, these tend to wheel. Snakeskin Veil is fine, same with Breakneck Berserker, but Firja is quite strong, and if black is open, then I don't mind just forcing the black-white Angels deck. which is kind of fun as well. This pack is not very exciting. I guess if I still end up in white-green, I don't mind taking the Elderleaf Mentor to help me go wide. Code Spell Cleric has the whole second spell theme with Firja, but honestly, it's not that great. If we're just gonna, I don't want to make double spelling like a main theme of the deck. If I'm in black-white, I just want to curve out with creatures, pretty much, and usually the second spell just triggers by itself. And you don't have to build around it too much since white creatures tend to be small anyways. So it's more of like a sub theme that you don't have to worry about. Whereas like if I want to really excel with the white green deck, I want to take a Elderleaf Mentor here, since it can help us go wide. I guess I can take a Runa Speed with the Rune Crown. That's pretty awesome. And yeah, it could be an off-color rune if we end up in green-white, but if we can pick up some fixing and some dual lands, it can be quite good. And green does have a decent amount of fixing, although the fixing in green usually you want to play in a more ramp version of the deck, but maybe we can make an exception for the Rune of Speed. So yeah, just going to take the rune here. And well, now we're seeing some red cards. Axguard Armory is quite good. There's also an Axguard Cavalry. I mean, if I do end up in red-white, I do want to take the land, I have to imagine, since it can find a Rune of Speed and the Rune Crown. Cavalry would also be awesome. Maybe it's correct to take the Cavalry, since if I can always get one of these later, if I'm the only red-white drafter, and this is a good 2-drop 2 that can give some of my creatures haste. So I think I like the Axguard Cavalry over the land. And here could just take the Craven Hulk. I think red-white is more open than red-green. I mean, green-white. I mean, this is a great card, but it's only going to be really good in a ramp deck. Whereas I think red is more open, honestly, than green, since we didn't see any other pack mates or amazing green cards outside of Maya. So I think I'm liking the Craven Hulk and a Breakneck Berserker. Okay, it seems like we're just going to be red-white. And if we do pick up some dual lands, splashing for Maya could be pretty fun. And if we also pick Goldvein picks, I'm down to splash Maya since she's really powerful. But for now, I think red-white is open. And wow, even Axguard Armory, 12 picks. So I'm quite happy that I actually took the Axguard Cavalry here. So now this deck looks like it has a plan. And a run amok late too. So great sign that red-white is open. And I think red-white is one of the best archetypes in the set as well. So I can't really complain. So yeah, hopefully we get reward next pack. I think we're coming to red-white, seeing how more open it is compared to green, and we also have a rune to go along with it. And Clarion Spirit is excellent. Gonna take it here. And yeah, about the whole second spell theme, you can play the second spell theme in pretty much any white deck, so you don't need to play it specifically in black. White, and it's still very strong. I think pack one, pick one between Gravenlore and Clarion Spirit. One can always make a debating decision. If one wants to have like a higher win rate, I think they would take the Clarion Spirit, since white aggressive aggro is pretty strong in this set. And if they want to still draft a good archetype that's really strong and a lot more fun and challenging to build around, you would take Gravenlore. Both of these cards are pretty powerful in their respective archetypes. Second best card is like Blizzard Brawl in this pack. But yeah, pack one, pick one. What would I take? If I'm looking to win the pod, I would take Clarion Spirit. If I was looking to have fun and draft a nice control deck, I would take the Gravenlore. But Clarion Spirit it is here. And this card can just win games. Let me hover over it. Okay, and Cole is great. Although we only have one Rune Crown, hopefully we can pick up more equipments later to go with Cole. And it seems like from our left-hand side, red-white is also open, seeing this is past me. Some other amazing green cards, Path to the World Tree and Binding the Old Gods. Wow. Can't believe these are still in the pack. Yeah, and this would be a nice follow-up after taking Gravenlore. Path is also great, but I would always take Binding over it first. So yeah, let's just take Cole here. I don't know what the person to my left is drafting, but passing all these cards is pretty interesting because usually green, you either end up in the red-white aggro deck or the red or the green multicolor decks in this set as the tier 1 archetypes. So he could be drafting Giants or something, who knows. And then we'll take Valkyrie, although there's a Goldvein pick and a Frostbite. Wow, all these cards are pretty good. I think it might be the Frostbite, not sure. I'm hoping I can get a Goldvein pick later because removal is removal. Or maybe it's a Goldvein pick after taking up Cole. I mean, pick has been very impressive in these red-white aggro decks. And I guess we also have Maya, Bredeguard, Protector to potentially splash. And I guess there's a second one. I do like the Valkyrie, but it might just be the pick here, honestly. The Frostbite is also fine, but I think the pick might have higher upside since it can do some pretty nice shenanigans with Cole, and Rune of Speed. So I think I'm going to take the Gold Vein pick in case I don't draw my crown in the game and I get my rune before that. Yeah, let's take the pick, but Valkyrie's also, I'm a big fan of Valkyrie as well. Don't think, but Salt Ravager is going to be best in the blue-red Giants deck. He can also be pretty good as a solid 4-drop that can kill something when it enters the battlefield. Let's see, in terms of our creature types, we have 4 dwarves and 4 warriors. I mean, it can potentially go off, and it's definitely more powerful than the Tuskeri Firewalker. So I think I'm leaning towards Ravager, even though it's not going to be the most exciting in a red-white deck. It just has good potential, and we can always just play him on curve as a 4-2 if we would like. Otherwise, I'm hoping I can get a Tuskeri Firewalker later, which is an above-average 3-drop. But Ravager has more upside, so I'll take it here. And could take a Raven Wings, since we already have an Axe Guard Cavalry. Can give us a little bit of evasion in the deck. Could also just take a second one, but my 2s are looking quite solid already, and we only have 1 Craven Hope to give haste to anyways. So I think I'm digging the Raven Wings in case we need some sort of evasion. And the second Gold Vein pick is awesome. So I might not even run this Raven Wings now with a second Gold Vein pick. And I'm hoping I can get some good flyers. And we're going to take a Tuskeri Firewalker as a good 3-drop in the deck. So happy that I took the Ravager, because now we have some extra Berserkers to curve out with. So yeah, take it here. Another Story Seeker. Don't think this is an Iron Verdict deck. We're just looking to curve out and attack. Iron Verdict is better in a much more controlling deck, of course. So just going to take the uncommon for the Vault here. Could consider Caesar Spoils, actually. Maybe we do need to splash for Maya, but with double Gold Vein pick, I think we can just throw in a Forest and she'll be fine. So just going to take the uncommon for gems. And maybe we just end up playing a random Scorn Effigy if we need a random creature. I can't believe this is still in the pack. This card is a pretty insane uncommon to be seen this late. The card is definitely very strong, and you shouldn't sleep, and no one should really sleep on it. Yeah, double Gold Vein pick and Forest to splash for Maya seems pretty nice. Not a big fan of Valor to Worthy unless I have multiple 1-drops. If you have a lot of 2-drops, it's mostly a turn 3 play, so it's not very exciting. So just going to take a random Shackles here in case we might main deck it. And wow, even Tuskeri Firewalker this late. Agar to Freezing Flame also late. Still some pretty powerful cards. Alright, and let's hopefully next pack. What are we lacking? We could use another Run Amok, and we could use some Demon Bolts here now and then, and some removal. So those are definitely going to be a higher priority. Do I just play a million Gold Vein picks? I could also consider the Haggy Mob as a fine mid-range threat. Might be tempted to just take a Tormentor's Helm as a fine equipment I can play for cheaper, and then that way we can cut the Raven Wings from the deck. I mean, other than that, we do have a ton of equipments already if we're going to go this direction. So might actually be correct to actually just take the random 5-drop here. Like, sure, it's not an amazing 5-drop, but with double Rune, Gold Vein pick and a Rune, I think we should be set on equipments. So I think I'm leaning towards the Haggy Mob, actually. There's also Cold Spell Cleric if I want to keep the curve low, but again, I'm not a big fan of it, so let's just take the Haggy Mob. And another Usher the Fallen seems great. Cyclone Summer is also great, but there's nothing else in this pack we want besides Usher the Fallen. And then Tundra Fumarole, although not the easiest to cast and essentially a worse Demon Bolt, we are lacking removal. It is double red though, so it can be a little bit ambitious with the mana. But having one double red card is totally fine, and this is just a good removal spell. Sorcery Speed TL4 is always better than no removal at all, and I think I'll take the Raptor over Tuskeri Firewalker because I could use some evasive flyers with the Gold Vein picks. For this Frenzied Raider, we'd have how many Boast Creatures? Haggy Mob, double Tuskeri Firewalker. I guess we also have the Usher the Fallens to curve out with, but I think the Battlefield Raptor has a lot more upside with the double Gold Vein pick, and I could use a good 1-drop that we can just latch picks onto and attack with, and it's just going to be really strong because we need some evasion, so take the Raptor, and I could use a Starnheim Courser on 3 as a nice evasive threat as well. Can reduce the mana cost of our picks and Rune Crown, so seems quite good. And a Stalwart Valkyrie this late, wow. Yeah, I could use another evasive threat in the deck. Ray have 2 Goldvein picks and a Tuskeri Firewalker already, so could use a good flyer for the deck. And yeah, now I'm kind of regretting passing the second one up because I'm seeing another Goldvein pick in the same pack. But Goldvein pick again just kept me more open. But here Valkyrie seems quite strong. And do I just play a Fearless Pup or a second Craven Hulk? Could actually take another Starnheim Courser or just take a Fearless Pup here because it's pretty good with equipments and it's just cheap to play. So when in doubt, just take the cheaper card. There's a saying that goes. Maya is quite good. I mean, I might just cut the Haggy Mob from this deck because it's kind of underwhelming. Maya is quite good though. What would I cut out of this deck if I need to make a cut? I think all these are really good. Same with the 1-drops and the 2-drops. I think I like a third Tuskeri Firewalker. Why not? Maybe I just don't play Maya. Like, she's a strong card, but might not be necessary if I have all these playables already. So, might not play the third Tuskeri Firewalker though, but we'll see. Maybe we just play something like this. There's a Cold Spell Cleric. I guess I'll just take a Tormentor's Helm in case, since I have double picks already. So yeah, red-white was definitely open this draft. And I like the fact that the pick can make treasures. So I think I like it over the helm. The helm does require red mana, whereas this one is colorless. Might actually try the God's Hall Guardian over the Squash, as weird as it sounds. So the deck is lacking removal, so we might just need enough evasion to help us close out with this type of deck. Overall, it does look pretty nice, I have to admit. And I don't mind just throwing in, having the Warhorn Blast over Maya in this deck to have a pump trick. And therefore I don't have to add a weird green source in the deck, or rely too much on too much mana on it. So yeah, maybe this is just it. We just play a bunch of stuff and just blow them up with a Warhorn Blast in the late game. Just ping them to death, and then Warhorn Blast and Smash seems quite good. And then I think we can just run 16 lands. So given that this is a tap land, I guess this is even 8 and 8 looks fine. So let's take a look at this deck again, move the interaction over to this side. Run amok. Rune Speed is not interaction, but it goes with a Rune Crown, I guess. And it's nice for the picks. So this is mostly our curve, just a boring red-white aggro equipments deck. Nothing too special, just play a bunch of creatures, curve out, smash to face, and yeah, seems like the plan. Axgar Armory is not going to be its best because we don't have too many auras to search up, but sometimes you just use it to grab one of the equipments of this deck. So that's fine. And then looking at the sideboard, how good is Raven Wings in this deck? We have 1, 2, 3 flyers. I guess the Clarion Spirit can make flyers too, so it's not really that necessary. It is a good card that I don't mind playing if I didn't have too many flyers, but given that the fact that we have some ways to generate evasion, I don't think I need a Raven Wing since it's quite expensive to use and turn on. Maya would be pretty fun, but also it can be kind of awkward if we're playing 16 lands and we need to toss in the green mana into the deck. Sure, we have Goldvein picks to help us fix, but Warhorn Blast, it does a similar job for one turn, and by the time we get to turn 5, I think I'd rather just Warhorn Blast and play Maya and do some landfall triggers. Raider's Scarf is probably not going to make it since since it's not guaranteed that we always have 3 power to crew. Haggy Mob, just worse than Warhorn Blast. Could consider a third Tuskeri Firewalker, but what I cut over it, I think I need the Starmine Courser to just add a little bit of evasion. And I think I want to play all these 2-drops over the Tuskeri Firewalker, given that it just helps lower the curve, and we do have a decent amount of 3s already. There's Shackles, but it's more sideboardable. Tormentor's Helm could be reasonable, but the fact that you need to pay 1 red for this can be a bit problematic if you're stuck on mana, whereas the Goldvein picks you can just cast with any mana. So I guess this is just a deck. 16 lands, boring Boros. Just a boring Boros deck. Nothing exciting. Might get to 7, might not. It's just either... I mean, it's definitely a top archetype, but sometimes if you don't curve out well, you just lose. So It's always important to have these low mana curves and just try to kill the opponent quickly before they just gain a ton of life and card advantage and blockers to overwhelm you. So alright, opening hand, Clarion Spirit is completely fine. Why not? Ooh, wow, Rune of Speed, that's quite fun. Do I just leave with the Clarion Spirit? I could also just leave with Cole if I want to play it safe. Cole is better if it doesn't die. I mean, I guess this card is just better in the long run. Let's see. Huh. I think Clarion Spirit is better in the long run because it can make tokens that can help get across the finish line, whereas this is a better value card. I could also just play a Goldvein pick and then just play Firewalker next turn. But in case he tries to hit me, I can at least hit back for 2. So I think I'm playing out Cole here. And I'm definitely not blocking if he decides to attack. Wow, attacks, okay. So this is not a good start for me. The opponent has a nice defensive 2-drop and an Elven Bow. So now the Flyers do look a lot worse with this card. Let's see. I can equip a pick and attack. Make a treasure. Doesn't seem great. I think I'm just fine playing out the Firewalker. And then if he attacks with a 1-3, the question is, do I block? Maybe I do, because it's going to get really annoying later. And he has a 2-3 to hold off the 3-2 anyways. Alternatively, I could still take it. Maybe I just equip a pick onto this and attack, and then if he trades for it, I can bring it back into my hand, which could also be reasonable. Okay, opponent stays back. Right, so now what can I do? I could play Clarion Spirit and then pick. I could just pick and Rune of Speed, or I can just equip the pick and attack here, or I can just attack. If I equip the pick and equip an attack, I get to make another treasure token. So maybe I just play out the Clarion Spirit from there on out. Because he might not block if I can just get the creature back. Or I can always just set up for next turn by playing Clarion Spirit into pick. There's a lot of options here. Let's think. Maybe I'm fine just attacking, seeing what's up. I know I can get value, but I don't want to do it just for a single 3-2. The trade is totally fine. Don't think I'm boasting because I just want to Clarion into Goldvein pick here. Just set up for next turn. Even though there's an Elven Bow, I feel like the only way to really overwhelm a green opponent is to maybe fly over. But his deck is pretty well set up against mine. And if I see a fight spell here, I'm going to cry, and there's a fight spell. Surprisingly enough, he doesn't kill the Clarion Spirit, so he probably has something to finish off my Clarion Spirit with. So that's pretty interesting to note. I actually don't mind him attacking here. And is there any way around this? I think I'm fine taking it since it's going to take him a while for him to kill me, so I guess it's now Rune of Speed here. And then play land into Firewalker. And then I guess, I mean, this is just going to lock me down. I could just constantly equip the pick onto the Firewalker, attack, and try to search for some answers next turn. He's eventually going to activate the Path to the World Tree, which is going to be pretty annoying as well. Wow, opponent's being aggressive. I can eventually just chump block, so I think I just need to start getting aggressive here, and Warhorn Blast is nice. So now what? I guess I want to equip the pick onto the token. He attacks. I guess this is okay. I can attack, and then if he blocks, I Warhorn Blast and put his life low. Because maybe this is the window to play Warhorn Blast, since I might not have another chance to. So let's try this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he just needs one more land drop to activate Path to the World Tree. But I think this turn we actually just go for it here. put him to 1. And I can also move the pick onto the Clarion Spirit now. So, so he can't activate Path to the World Tree and kill it. So yeah, that was pretty much my only out. That turn where I top deck Warhorn Blast was really nice, so definitely play it over Haggy Mob, guys. It can steal games. So, pretty close matchup. The opponent could have just easily outgrinded me with Path, Finn. But I think him attacking with Finn was a bit of a misplay. Because he would have won if he just stayed back, but decided to get a little bit too aggressive. Because maybe he thought he could kill me with poison counters or something. Opening hand is okay. I think I can do better. It's alright, but we definitely need some red mana. And once we get our red mana, none of these spells I really want to cast on curve, so I think I'm mulling. This seems a little bit better. I can keep, and then I think I can bomb the plains. Since I can curve out 2-drop into 3-drop, eventually find second red for Fumarole. Guess I'm just going to equip the pick and attack for 3 here. Since, I mean, I could play Firewalker and attack, but getting the extra token could be quite nice. I mean, yeah, I could do the same, and I guess this develops the board. How important is it to get an extra token? I mean, I can always do it next turn, right? But I guess if I get an extra token, then next turn I can make it easier to boast with the Firewalker. Because if I need to play the Gold Vein pick onto the Firewalker next turn, it can take a ton of mana. So I think I like just getting in the extra treasure here, and then just attack for 3, make a treasure. Next turn we can haste out a Firewalker, equip the pick onto it, and also boast. And then having the Firewalker boast will mean that I will have a lot more mana to play whatever I boast out. Rune of Might. Do I just Fumarole this? I guess I can always just play the Firewalker and get past this. Now there's a Jaspera Sentinel, which is a bit annoying. So one thing I can do, I can play out the Tuskeri Firewalker, equip the pick onto it. I can attack into this, he double blocks. Alternatively, I can use the Fumarole here and kill it, and then attack for 3, play out Cole. Maybe that's just fine, since this is a pretty annoying blocker as well. So hopefully I don't get punished by this. But I can get him for 3 at least. I mean, he could double block this and I kill this, but then I lose my Tuskeri Firewalker. Is that worth it? Yeah, he'll definitely double block if I put the pick onto this. So I think it's correct just to do this, and then attack for 3. And then we can play out, I guess I can also just play out the Firewalker and use up my treasure tokens. Yeah, I guess that's totally fine. We can surprise him with Cole next turn if we want to. Just the treasures give us so much tempo. And board development is great. And the Tundra Fumarole was a pretty nice 2-for-1, although he did draw a card off of the Rune of Might, so it's more like, I guess it's still a 2-for-1. Or more like a 1-for-1, I guess. I traded Fumarole for a unfortunately a Mass Vandal with a Rune of Might, I guess, just to get him for damage, and I think it's worth it. Could have a struggle for Skemfar here, which could be pretty annoying, of course. Way down, okay. Sure. Maybe I can just play the land and find a rune to go with it end of turn. I can also just develop coal. I mean, this is more mana efficient. I can search the rune. I will go down a land, but then I can put the rune onto the Goldvein pick eventually, and that's a lot better. Alright, I think we just smashed in. The question is, do I play out land? I think I do. I could also play out coal, but this activation is quite nice since I can find a second Goldvein pick and then also find my rune to attach onto the pick. Seems like the opponent might have missed some land drops since he's kind of stuck at 3 here. A Foretold card. Could be like a Packmate. Make sure I activate the land end of turn. It could be the Mammoth Growth, I think. But then if he tries a Mammoth Growth, I can get the Axguard Cavalry back with Cole. And yeah, I don't think we need Rune Crown. We just need the Rune of Speed, right? And a second Goldvein pick. Seems good. Pretty nice 2-for-1 here. And then, yeah, I think I'm playing the Rune Crown onto the Goldvein pick, I have to imagine. If he has the Pump Trick, what happens? I guess he gets to kill my Axguard Cavalry. So I might want to play Cole pre-combat here. And then attack for 4. And then even if he kills this, I can just replay it and get it back. And this is just a ton of damage. So this plays around Mammoth Growth. And I don't think I'm going to play out the Story Seeker. I guess I will because I want it on the battlefield. So I think I'm fine using up the treasure to play out the Story Seeker here. Next turn I can play a second Goldvein pick, equip it onto the Story Seeker and attack with both of these. So it could have been a Mammoth Growth, I feel like, because 1 mana is pretty annoying, and that's, I guess it's +3/+3. He would have killed this, but by playing Cole pre-combat, I can fetch it back, so pretty interesting. So Black-Green Elves. Packmate, okay, it was a Packmate all along. So next turn I can attach the Goldvein pick on the Story Seeker and attack. I could just play the Breakneck, attach the pick onto the Story Seeker and attack with all. He might be forced to throw the Packmate onto something else. Can't think of anything with 1 black and 1 green that can punish me here. So maybe it's time to run out the Breakneck Berserker. Yup. Then we can play the Goldvein pick. And then, let's see, if I equip the Goldvein pick on the Story Seeker and attack with all, if he blocks here and blocks here, I guess he's dead, so he would need some sort of trick here to survive. Alternatively, I could just attack with only 3 of these, keep Cole back. Because he does have 3 mana active, if you think about it, so pretty interesting here. You know what, I think we just go for it. The damage is very important. And then he just gets better blocks if I don't attack with all. Jesse can fall to 6 if he makes the correct blocks. Like, if he blocks here and blocks here, I guess he falls to 5. He's going for it, so he might have some sort of removal here, which could be pretty annoying. Okay. I think I'm going to move one of the picks onto the Breakneck Berserker, although it doesn't really matter, right? But just pass a turn. He's at 1 life, so basically, if he doesn't develop the board this turn, he's just basically dead. You could somehow find a way, like if he has a okay, that's not going to cut it. Yeah, that's definitely not going to cut it. GG's. Gets smorked by a red-white aggro deck. Yeah, we'll just Warhorn Blast to... Don't have to be mean, but yeah, it's just to show him, hey, sending a message. So yeah, I highly doubt he was going to win, even with 2 blockers. I mean, he would have gotten the blocks, but then the trades would have been pretty disastrous regardless. I keep playing against this guy. It's a pretty cool name. It's a meme on Twitch, but I always seem to play against him. Right, this is a good keep. Goldwing Pick and Runa Speed together in one. That always puts a smile on my face. And if the Goldwing Pick gets exiled, the thing is that I can still play it. It just still ends up in the graveyard. So then eventually I can just whatchamacallit, I can eventually just grab it back with the Rune Crown. So then I can equip the Goldwing Pick onto the Raptor, make a treasure token, and that's quite strong. I can also just equip it onto the Story Seeker. And you know what, I might just do that. I might just equip it onto the Story Seeker, actually. I'm sure he can chump, but chumping would be real bad for him, so... I think we... And it just gets in more lifelink damage against a Boros. Another opposing Boros player. And if he has removal, he's more incentivized to kill Story Seeker, as opposed to the Raptor, by doing this. Alright, Rune Crown, that's pretty awesome. Could just play Cole first, or I can Runa Speed on the Goldvein Pick and attack. But by not playing Cole first, I guess Cole can survive, and I'd rather have Cole survive, so I think I'm just attacking here. Or I think I want to Runa Speed first, never mind, onto the pick. And if he has a Demon Bolt, I'd rather have Story Seeker die than Cole. Could be a Demon Bolt here, but I'm fine if he does. Yep. Yeah, let's just play second pup here, I think. Next turn, maybe we can play Cole to surprise him. Do I actually equip the pick? Not really, we don't have to do it now, since we have the treasure for next turn as well, so... Tormentor's Helm, okay. Feels like, yeah, we're supposed to equip the pick onto the Battlefield Raptor this turn. Could also equip another one, I guess. I mean, if I equip it here, then he's just gonna... I mean, he can just chump, which I don't want, so let's just do this. And yeah, I think I'm gonna play the second pick equip since I can make 2 treasure tokens for a Cole. So yeah, this is pretty insane. Yeah, Battlefield Raptor on turn 1 with the pick is quite stupid. Like, just watch this now. I can make 2 treasure tokens, and if he tries to kill my Raptor, I have Cole to protect it, so... Even with a curve like his, which is I think is pretty decent, 1 drop into 2 drop into the Helms. Sometimes a Raptor can just be that stupid, just being able to become an insane first striker with all of these equipments. Alright, it's a 2-drop and Rune Crown. Okay, this is awesome. I might want to play Courser first to get the discount off the Rune Crown so I can double spell on turn 4 if I get a land drop, so might actually have to wait a turn before I play this Rune Crown. Since having the discount is more important, I think, to deploy more tempo, a better tempo play. Like, this will be the safer play, just playing the Rune Crown, but Starnheim being able to reduce this is quite nice. Alright, gonna play out my white source since I already have 2 red sources. I guess I want the second red for the Axguard Armory, but I don't think it matters that much. Next turn we can just double spell, which is kind of crazy. Hopefully we don't top deck the Rune. I mean, top decking the Rune is actually not the worst, to be honest, but yep, we can get some value here. And I guess I want to equip. Make sure I click the right one. Yep, get the Rune of Speed. Equip it onto this, and I think I'm going to equip an attack this turn. And this will get him for 4 lifelink, which is quite insane. Yeah, I'll attack with a Starnheim Courser. Sure, he can block it, but then he'll take 4. Wow, he just takes it, okay. I mean, I guess he's a little bit tilted with this attack, so. I wish this was instant speed, it would be way better. I guess he might just equip the pick and block now, but then I can just attack and then use the Fumarole to finish it off. I guess that's the play. I could also I could also just equip the pick here, attack with both. He blocks a small creature, and I finish it off with Tundra Fumarole. I think I'd rather have the flyer. So how about this? Maybe I just attack and finish it off and play Story Seeker. Maybe that's just fine. I mean, I'm pretty ahead in life, so. And then I hate doing this because he's only had 1 toughness, but I think it's necessary. This could potentially play into a Doomscar if he has double white, but I still have some backup creatures to hopefully close out the game with. Yeah, you can't really beat this insane start. So, yeah, goes to show you how dumb Boros can be in this set. If you guys want to win the draft, try to force Boros. If you want to have fun and maybe try to win the draft, but not have as much of a consistent deck, try to do the whole snow multicolor green shenanigans thing, and you'll feel very happy and rewarded when you can draft a really powerful deck with it. But yeah, sometimes you just play 2 colors. Even if the opponent has picked up a Coma, it might be too expensive for him to cast, and you can just kill him on turn 1, kill him on turn 4. So. We're not even running the best removal spells, like we don't even have a Demon Bolt in this deck. Or we're just doing it, just playing our creatures on curve and then just equipping things onto them and buffing them up and smashing. Alright, it's a good keep. It's not the best, of course, but again, can't say no to it. And I guess both of these are dwarves, so Basalt Ravager can maybe deal 2 this game. Guess this also counts as a giant for the Ravager, so that's quite awesome. And then once I get my 4th land, I guess I can haste out the Craven Hoke, and that's quite fun. Sculptor Winter. I could offer to trade for it. Alternatively, maybe Govane Pick is just better. Let's see. So I can play land. Do I offer to trade? If I offer to trade, I can play Cole and the Forge Master, but just making the treasure token here is nice, so I think I'm going to go for this play instead. And the question is, do I play out the Pup? Pup can't really attack in past the 2/2, and I don't really feel inclined to boast with it. So I think I'm going to save on to hold on to the treasure token. There's also the case just for it, you know, and then I can play. I guess next turn I can just play Cole and Pup, and then save my treasure tokens for something that I'd rather play like Craven Hulk. I mean, I could next turn Craven Hulk and get in there with it for 4, which is also reasonable, or I can just attack for 3, make more treasures, play Cole, and then Fearless Pup, and then set up a good Ravager turn where I can kill this. Maybe I should have considered playing the Cole instead, but just getting this down, making treasures is quite strong, so... Yeah, I could have played Cole, and if I get a land drop, I could have used the Ravager. Okay, that's a good one. I guess I'll just main phase the Cole, and then if he trades for this, I get it back. Let's think here. So I got my land. I could also haste out the Craven Hulk. Actually, what I can do is this. I can play the land, and I can set up the Craven Hulk. I mean, I could also play Cole, and then trade and get some value, but I think I like this play. Let's play out the Craven Hulk. Let's attach the Govane pick onto it. And I'm fine if he chumps because he's going down a card. And then let's give it haste and attack for 5. And we also just make a treasure token, and this is quite insane. And then I guess I'm also fine just playing out the Fearless Pup next turn as well. I mean, just using a treasure to play the Fearless Pup just to get more stuff on board. And then I can always just play Ravager next turn to shoot this thing down. And this is going to be pretty hard to kill with a Demon Bolt, so even if he has the reds to splash for it, it's still a 5/5, so he probably needs to force the creature to block this and go for it. And the question is, which one do I kill? Might actually prefer killing Sculptor, so then if he tries to tap for mana with it, and I move to my combat step, the mana will phase out. So there's an argument for just taking out Sculptor, but the Firewalker just having the extra power could be more problematic. So he has 5 mana available. He can maybe fight something, but I still have a 5/5 Hulk, which is difficult to deal with. I mean, I guess the way out is to squash, but then I can get in a nice attack. Don't think I'm blocking this. So then I can maybe kill the Sculptor next turn. Or at least target it. Yeah, I mean, I don't feel... I mean... Yeah. I guess he can onslaught me and hit me for 6. And then maybe... I don't think I'm blocking this. I mean, he hits me for how much? 8? No reason to block. He can hit me for 8. I should still win this game if I'm not mistaken. Yep. It does make him spend all of his mana, of course. I guess he can maybe Blizzard Brawl. A white mana, that's pretty interesting. White be untapped for white. I think it might have been a misplay because he might have the Snakeskin Veil. Okay, he's just going to play that instead. Let's see what he does this turn. Okay, that's a good one. So do I just Ravager and Smash, keep the Fearless Pup to maybe chump? I guess. I mean, I would like to snipe the Sculptor winner, but this is just being problematic. I just want to get in for damage. So yeah, why not? Let's just ping this thing down for 2. Is it lethal though? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's 10 damage if I attack with the pup, but I think this is correct. And then give this haste, attack from 9, play out Cole. And I think I'm keeping the pup back in case he has another onslaught, so I might need to chump this instead. The question is, do I chump? I think I'm fine chumping, because he could play a second onslaught, and again, that's a problem. He could also have a fight spell, take out Cole, but then he's forced to maybe chump the Craven Hulk, and then there's a Fearless Pup attacking in for 3, so the opponent's pretty far back. Maybe it's not right to chump. I'm hoping he actually boasts pre-blocks again, so I can actually gauge what he has. But a second Onslaught can just win him the game if I'm not too careful here. Gold Mod Champion, okay. So now the Fearless Pup can also attack. Could just attack with all three of these, in fact, and I should be fine. If I attack with everything and he has a removal spell, I guess he's still forced to chump these. I guess he can block and then kill the other one and then swing back. So I should be kind of careful even at 10 life. Aruna speed, okay. I don't think this is lethal. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's only 9 damage. So I don't think he has this. And he's probably just forced to stay back now. There's an Axe Guard Armory. I could just move the pick onto the coal, in fact. Like, why not? Or just move it onto the Axe Guard Cavalry, because these are just 3 power anyways. So I could have moved the pick onto the Axe Guard Cavalry, attack with these 4. So yeah, I think this game was over from the get-go. His only out was maybe another Kaya's Onslaught, smashing me in the face. But yeah, it's hard to recover from that turn, and it's hard to kill a 5/5 Craven Hoke. So yeah, currently 5-0. Hopefully we don't get swept. So yeah, let's have more of these boring Boros matches where we just play 1-drop, 2-drop attack and win the game with a Gold Vein pick. I mean, 1-drop into 3-drop, and I'm on the draw. I think it's worth keeping. Like, I do, of course, everyone wants Usher on turn 1 and Boast, but if I can hit a land with Tuskegee Firewalker and White, I can deploy the rest. And there's still a 1-drop into a 3-drop, so I think I'm risking it here. There's a chance I can play Fearless Pup in the Story Seeker or just curve out with the Usher anyways. So white mana, please. Nope. But hey, it's still fine. Alright, that's not bad. Hey, it's still curve. Can't complain. Opponent's playing a snow deck. Maybe he has Kaya splashed or some other Orzhov cards, like maybe Firja. That's a good one. Let's see. I could equip the pick and attack with just a Fearless Pup to make a treasure token. Let's see. I'm definitely not going to play Firewalker and attack into this. I could just play the pick, equip. Maybe I'm fine trading off of the Grimdraugr too. Actually, maybe I didn't have to do that because I can always pump with the dog, but I think this is okay. And am I fine trading this off? I think I am. Yeah, I think I'm fine trading this. So then next turn we can just... Yeah, I think this is okay. Do I just play Usher? I can't really boast with Usher if I don't have second white mana, but it does develop the board, so I think I go for it. Because if he has nothing to follow up, I'm attacking him for 4, which is quite nice. So this can boast for 4 first strike, which is difficult to deal with. And I think we're just going to attack here. And I'm fine boasting since I can also just play Firewalker to turn afterwards. We'll see. Could be a removal spell like Poison the Cup on Usher or Feed the Serpent. Yeah, I guess we just let damage happen. There's no need to boast. We can always boast second main. Yep, he has a feed. I guess that's fine. So I don't make a treasure token. Yeah, that's annoying. I guess we just let the damage happen. And I guess I'm just fine. Do I boast? If I boast, I guess I can equip the pick onto the token and get some value. Alternatively, playing off Firewalker and then putting the pick on can also be nice. This is tough. I can also play Story Seeker out. I mean, he just passed the turn and did nothing, so I think I'm just going to do this instead. Just get some value out of the Usher. And he's just passing the turn again, and wow. Clarence Spirit is nice. I think I want to play around Blood in the Snow, though, so I should be a little bit careful, but let's move to combat and just attack. Could be another Feed the Serpent, which I'm fine with again. Jarl, okay, maybe Jarl can eat a 1-drop and I don't care too much about it, so guess that's fine. I can make another 1-1. So maybe I should have equipped the token onto the 1-1 instead. But now I can play out the Firewalker, and hopefully he doesn't have like Blood in the Snow here. I guess I can always just play around it by just putting the pick onto the 1-1s or something, attacking and then boasting with the Firewalker. Narfi's quite strong. Although Rune of Speed onto a Goldvein pick is pretty powerful too. So I think I just do that. I guess I want to clear on Spirit first to get the trigger. So I think I like that, and he could have again Blood in the Snow, but I think I'm fine with this play. Wow, wish I can just hit with Cole. Yeah, I think I'm fine trading the Firewalker if he wants to. Since, you know, I can also just get in for extra 4 damage, which does play around the Blood in the Snow ability, so we'll just say go. And hopefully he doesn't have his 6-mana bomb to clear our board, which he probably has in a deck like this. There we have it. It's like I knew it was coming. But the nice thing is I can give my creatures haste, so I can now just play out Story Seeker. Use the Goldvein pick on Story Seeker. I think I'm fine attacking. I guess I should have played out Cole first. So, oops. And then I guess I'll just pass here and surprise him with Cole next turn. Ice High Troll, okay. Definitely need some flyers here. I think I'm just going to keep Cole in my hand. And then just say go. Yeah, darn it. If he only didn't have Blood in the Snow, but I kind of knew he had it anyways. I could have actually put him down to maybe force a trade with the Grimdraugr. He's just going to activate once, so he can easily steal this game. Ooh, Sculptor. Maybe I just attack in the Ice High Troll anyways. This is hard. I mean, I can just gain life, so I guess I can still play Cole. Attack with a Story Seeker, and then just play her out. Again, just to gain some life. It's not a bad strategy, actually, if you think about it. I do use up a treasure token, but I do want to gain life, of course. I can just keep sending this in, I guess, keep replaying her and doing the same thing. Because I don't want to die to this Grimdraugr if I have nothing to do for the turn. So I'd rather just, Alright. That's going to be a bit of a problem. Yeah, I think I'll just give him this game. I can't win them all. Alright, you got it, opponent. I knew he had it, but, like, I didn't expect... Because I can't really play around this type of rare. I mean, I knew he kind of had it anyways, but yeah. I think even if I connect with the Story Seeker, I don't think I can win against that Blood in the Snow turn. where you just completely obliterate my whole entire board. But whatever, it is what it is. It's either he has it or he doesn't, you know. So it's either you play to your outs and kill him quickly, or he just plays it and destroys you. So, yep. Maybe if I top deck an evasive flyer, I could have gotten there. So maybe if I got Starnheim Courser, I guess maybe I would have maybe killed him, but then he would have attacked back. I guess I could have also gained life, but it's hard to recover after that turn. Maybe I should just held that back on the Clarion Spirit to play around the blood in this. No. So should have thought about that, but again, I'm not playing around a rare that is hard to get in the draft. So, all right, seems good. Do I just turn 3 this? You know what? Let's just play Usher and just attack, and then boast, and then play Breakneck Berserker. Because I want to save this later so I can combo it off on like turn 4 with another spell. Could also be another Blood in the Snow deck. Priest, okay, that's fine. I could just boast again. I could also just play Breakneck Berserker, and then I guess this hits for 3, because if I just boast again, I make a 1-1, it's not applying enough pressure, so I think I just attack for 3, and then if he wants to keep using, and if he wants to use a Priest next turn, he has to decide between killing the Breakneck Berserker or the Usher, and he's most likely going to end up killing the Usher here. But I also get some boast value going, and red mana was really nice, so I could double spell here, but I think we just killed a Mistwalker. I could also just kill Priest, but Priest is going to stack itself anyway, so just going to get in 3 damage while I can. You can boast and then foretell Warhorn Blast eventually. If he has nothing to do these turns, I can just constantly boast with Usher, and that can be a bit of a problem for him. Ooh, Ravager. So I do have 1 human, 1 Berserker, 1 Spirit. So I do need some more humans here. Let's think this through. So I think this is a turn where I actually just end up double spelling. I could just attack with the Breakneck Berserker, but he just blocks, but I can finish off with the Basalt Ravager, I guess. Maybe it's a turn where I just set up the Clarion Spirit. Like, I'm hoping he doesn't get a second Snowland, though. Because I might need this flyer, but yeah, let's just go for this. And then we can maybe shoot down the Ice High Troll if he decides to tap out, since I should have 3 spirits on the battlefield to take him out with. So just pass a turn. And hopefully this is not another deck with Blood in the Snow on turn 6, which can definitely be quite brutal. I could also just Warhorn Blast if I get a land drop and smash for a ton. Therefore, if he blocks the highest powered creatures, block, it's still 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So he should be dead if I get a land, and then he just... Okay, that's fine. I guess I only have 2 spirits now. I guess I have 3 dwarves, right? So let's see. If I decide to Warhorn Blast this turn, is he dead? He blocks here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, down to 2. And I think that's worth doing, because I can just Basalt Ravager and finish him off. So I think I actually go for it here, and just attack with all and Warhorn Blast, because this is kind of like the right opportunity to do it. Especially since he's tapped out. And then, yeah, we're just gonna Warhorn Blast. And then he won't have enough mana to cast Blood in the Snow next turn because the land comes in tapped. So I can just Ravager his face, naming Dwarf, and I should be able to kill him. or just hit him in the air with one flyer and then just ping his face. So Warhorn Blast definitely really strong in these red-white aggressive decks, so don't sleep on them. It's also excellent in green-white as well. If you manage to end up drafting the white-green go-white deck with Maya. So one more victory and we can get our reward. So yeah, let's go. Alright, we have a 2-drop plus Goldvein pick. It's not that bad. If I end up flooding, this is bad, but if I end up getting creatures and playables, it's pretty solid. And the Axgar Armory can also fetch up the aura and the weapons, so I think I'm going to attempt to keep this and hopefully don't draw too many lands. Turn 1 Jasper Sentinel, okay. Can always offer to trade with the shield mates, to be honest. But that's not a bad curve, so the opponent should have a lot of access to mana with his deck. Gonna play the red here in case I end up eventually needing to play the Fumarole and I need the extra double red. And I also need double red too with the Axgar Armory as well. I think I'm fine attacking and trading, maybe. Since even if I equip a pick, it's not going to get past this. Although Spirit is quite strong here, so... I mean, I could equip the pick, attack, and then run amok. But that's a little bit too much mana to ask for, so... I think we're just going to get the flyer out and hopefully start smashing him with it, so... I'm just going to pass the turn here. We also get a discount off a Goldvein pick. And hopefully he just doesn't kill the flyer. If he makes this into a 5 toughness creature, it's going to be difficult. I think I'm going to take 3 here. And then I think I'm fine equipping the pick, attacking for 3, and if he has something, we're totally fine. So let's just play this out. I could also play the Breakneck Berserker and offer trade, but maybe it's not necessary. Could just play it out for tempo. And I might just do that if I get a treasure token, because what else am I going to do with my mana? And he already has the whole board clogged up, so could just play the extra creature in case I top deck something expensive next turn or I want to activate the land, so let's just do this. Not an exciting play, but still reasonable. And the 2-1 can now block this 3-2, which I'm hoping for if he decides to attack with everything. Also get a 1-1 token that can make use of the equipments later as well. This costs 4 to activate, so I can easily just play land next turn and activate it. End of his turn. Get a nice rune to attach onto the Goldvein pick, and then get a second Goldvein pick that can help us close out. Could actually just double block Spirit as well, but if he's going to attack main phase, it's a little bit annoying. Maybe I'm fine taking 4, and I can move the pick onto the Breakneck Berserker next turn. No blocks. A Ravager is nice. Naming... I guess we don't have anything to name. Yeah, I guess we're just swinging in and see what happens. If he has a removal spell, that would kind of suck. If he has a giant growth, I can still use Run Amok against it. So we'll see. I could just take 4 again. I could, actually, since I have the since I also have a treasure token, maybe it's fine moving on to the Breakneck Berserker now. And then offering the trade onto the Spirit of the Elder Guard. And then just blocking here next turn. And then I can still activate the land, find my runes next turn, and then I can still make a token. Let me see, Dwarf Berserker. Yeah, I would love to snipe one of these creatures, but I don't think I want to. I think I want to just activate the land end of turn. Okay, and I'm fine blocking the 4/4 with my 4/3, since that seems like a pretty reasonable exchange. Since this gets stonewalled by the 3/2 anyways, I mean, it gets blocked here, I might as well just block the 4/4 for the hell of it. I could actually put the Beskar Shieldmate in front of it too, but it wouldn't be great since I'm only left with a 1/1 token. Well, I mean, he would have fought with the Spirit of the Outer Guard anyway, so I think the fight happens. And I can still block with a 2/1 here. I mean, I'm fine trading this off. Yeah, I think I'm activating this. I mean, I spent the whole turn doing it, so I think this is fine. Make sure I pick up the correct equipments. Firewalker, okay. So if I attack, I could just run amok. I could just set up another Berserker, maybe ping a 2/2 off. Alternatively, what else can I do? I think it's Runa Speed first, right? And then I could also just move the pick onto the Beskar Shieldmate and offer to trade, which could also be quite reasonable. And if it trades, what happens? I guess I just move it back onto the Breakneck Berserker. I mean, I guess attacking like this is also fine. Do I care about Run Amok? I mean, I do lose my Berserker to ping off the Sculptor with the Basalt Ravager, so maybe it's fine moving this. And then I'm fine. Actually, no, the 2/2 can block it then. You know what, let's Runa Speed first. And then, I guess if I manage to successfully run amok, I guess I can make a treasure and play a second gold vein pick. I don't know. I think do I even attack? Maybe it's not correct to attack. Yeah, maybe it's just not correct to attack. And we'll just equip the one on here on the Beskar Shieldmate for next turn, so we can set something up better. And this can at least trade for the 4/2 if he goes for something. So yeah, let's not attack here. I can also just move this onto the Beskar Shieldmate next turn, so then he's forced to trade something else into it. Does he have another fight spell? A Blizzard Brawl would be pretty disastrous here. I think I'm offering to trade here. It's just too good. Could also double block. Don't think it's necessary. Yeah, the trade is totally fine. It's a pretty good trade, to be honest. And then what can I do here? I can play the pick, attack. He blocks with the pack mates. I can make a 1/1 token. Let's see, what else can I do? I guess I can also just Firewalker, equip, give it haste, attack. You know what, I think it's fine equipping here and just attacking. If he trades for the Pac-Man, I still make a 1/1 token. And the Rune of Speed can still pump it into a 3-powered creature to hold off the 4/3, so I think this is fine. The question is, do I run amok? I don't think so still. A trade here is totally reasonable and fine. Ooh, wow, double block? The question is, do I want to run amok this? If I run amok, none of my creatures are surviving, but I mean, I guess I can make this 4-power with the Tuskegee Firewalker eventually, so yeah, let's not blow our load. I think I'm just going to pass priority here and let damage happen. And then I can equip both weapons onto the Tuskegee Firewalker. So then he becomes 4 toughness and the Pac-Mate can't really block profitably. And maybe this is my way out. That's annoying. But if he's going to tap out like this, I could just run amok and hopefully win this. I'm hoping he's not saving a Feed the Serpent or anything here. I mean, I do have Story Seeker, so that's also nice. But I think I want to get the boast value off the Firewalker, and I think I'm fine using run amok if he decides to do some sort of annoying double block. No, I actually want to activate white, right? Ooh, Righteous Valkyrie. That's pretty spicy. Yeah, I think the run amok here is perfectly fine, and hopefully he doesn't blow me out with like a Feed the Serpent. I think he's been waiting for it this whole time. Feed would be pretty disastrous, but I guess I still get out a flyer. And I can still hold off the rest of his other creatures, so this is quite nice. 8 damage. I might want to move a pick here. Guess it's fine moving the haste pick onto the Valkyrie. So in case he has a fight spell, it still ends up trading. And then I guess I'm fine playing land, playing out the Story Seeker, say go. And hopefully he doesn't have a Blood in the Snow like my last opponent. And then we'll just pass the turn. Human Angel, wow. I mean, I guess we have 2 warriors, so now we can ping off the Jaspera Sentinel with the Ravager and get in. Dwarf, Angel, Berserker, Warrior, Worm. I guess he's trying to find his Lintworm here. Makes sense, since it's such a powerful card. Even if he gets the Lintworm, I guess I can still smash him for a ton and dish out a ton of damage, so... I think he top decked it. Oh wow. Even managed to get the Lintworm. Okay. Pretty interesting attack. I think I'm fine taking 3. Then I can swing back with the Firewalker if I want to. Let's think here. So I could finish off the Sentinel. Equip. Let's see, if I equip onto this Tuskegee Firewalker, what happens? I guess he can trade for the Lintworm, which I'm fine with. And it should have enough power to trade up here. And also get the boast and kill off the 1/2. I think that's reasonable. Let's do that. And I think I'm fine, yeah, attacking with... Yeah, I think I'm fine using Ravager here on the 1-2. And if he wants to use the Hexproof trick, he does have to tap the Sentinel. And then I can move to combat. Didn't play out my land yet, so I can attack with both of these. If he wants to chump with the Realm Walker, that's fine. If he wants to trade with the Lidworm, that's also acceptable. And then yeah, I think we're fine with this attack. Can easily both second main. Let's just use red mana. What's going on? Auto Tapper. Ooh, Raptor. That's sweet. And then I can play land, and then I can equip. I guess I want to make my put this on my Story Seeker so I can just gain a ton of life with it if he attacks, and then I guess never mind. We're gonna move the pick here, and then we're gonna move the haste pick over to Ravager so I can trade for Ravenous Lintworm. So I think this is the correct choice, and then hopefully we can trade this off, block here, and we should be totally fine. If he has 2 removal spells, I guess I can still chump for the victory, since I'll only fall down to 9. I guess I can always put the 1/1 in front of this instead. Opponent's attacking all out, so I could just do this. What does Kaya's Onslaught do? I guess he gets to first strike me, but then I'm just going to gain a ton of life anyways. I don't think there's a Kaya's Onslaught here though, so I think this is a totally reasonable block here. Veil, sure. He was holding on to the Veil the whole time, and hopefully no blood in the snow. But yep, we managed to get him. Alright, sweet. So the only game we lost is against a sweeper, being Blood in the Snow. So definitely, if you do plan on drafting a control deck instead, always make sure you pick up those sweepers and make it a priority. Otherwise, you just get run over by decks like by this stupid deck I just drafted today. But yeah, there's a couple of sweepers in this set that can definitely be very backbreaking, especially in the blue-red giants and in black. So yeah, not a bad deck. Let's do a quick overview. Just basically your average typical boring red-white aggro deck in the set, with 2 Gold Vein picks, and yeah, just a couple of 1-drops, a couple of 2-drops, Clarion Spirit, Run Amok as an annoying combat trick, Rune of Speed to go along with the Rune Crown. The Sustenance Room could actually be arguably better, but both of them are excellent, so make sure you pick them up. And then I guess the weakest component in this deck is the removal, since I only have a Tundra Fumarole as actual real removal, and I have to focus on equipping equipments onto my creature, trading them off and using pub tricks to get across. But anyways, yeah, it's not bad. We were slightly favoring, I mean, actually both is even split. Both are even split. And yeah, it was pretty interesting. The start of this draft, we could have picked up a pretty good rare saga for the Black-Green Elves deck, or pick Agar and move into a Blue-Red Giants deck, but decide to stay more open with the Crown. But there's definitely an argument that, you know, Agar could be more stronger than the Crown, and it could have been my correct first pick. But again, given that Red-White is considered tier 1 in this set, even with a bunch of random commons and a few uncommons, it's not wrong just trying to lean towards it with just a dumb equipment like the Rune Crown fetching up your runes. So yeah, it's usually you draft this type of deck or the green snow decks, which are again a lot more fun. So there you guys have it. Let's crack some packs, claim our prize, and yep. Pack 1, pick 1. I think I got this whole collection, so you just be seeing a bunch of gems. Firja, Carter's Vicious Return, Struggle are all good. I'd probably just take Struggle to stay open. Not a big fan of black-white in this set, but this is a pretty good card. Carter's Vicious Return is also excellent, but you have to be in the red-black Berserkers deck, so probably the Struggle here. And between Cole and Usher, probably take Usher since it keeps me still in any white deck, and there's a chance Cole wheels if I end up as the only Boros drafter. Story Seeker is also great, but I will always take Usher over it. I would actually take Usher over Bound and Gold Pack 1 Pick 1, since this is just an incredibly good 1-drop in the white aggressive decks. Frostbite's also pretty solid common, same with Sculptor Winter, but yeah, probably take Usher. Ooh, wow, this card's a complete bomb. So yeah, who cares if you can't? Who cares if you cast the Raven Hawk Path, the Raven portion of this card? Because either way, once this deals combat damage in the early game, you not only get the excellent Scry to improve your draw steps, but it just goes back into your hand anyways. So you can cast the God portion of this card, and yeah, it's just an insane card draw engine, because in the end step you can just, depending on the type of deck you have, you can just name creature or instances or sorceries, etc., enchantments, whatever you like, and Alrun is just going to get out of hand by providing you a ton of card advantage. Yeah, this card's just a complete bomb. It would be a mistake taking something else over this. But yeah, if Alrun was in this pack, yeah, I would take Struggle over both of these. Even though, again, I said that Red-White is the best archetype, you can still be in a good Red-White deck without Cole. Actually, Squash is kind of close to. Squash kind of needs to fit in a deck with either Changelings or Giants, so it's still a little bit conditional, but definitely a great removal spell if you can make it cost 3 less. But so probably still take Struggle. Why not? I mean, I think I'd take Shield Warrior given how good white aggro is in this set. Terror Shadow is also fine as a good control card, because if you're just spending your turns just trying to ramp and and play and then just need a way to survive the early game, Turkish Shadow can be a pretty powerful 2-for-1. But either way, it can also be kind of awkward if you have creatures on the battlefield, or if they just sacrifice their worst creatures. Since there's a decent amount of ways to make tokens in white, this card is not going to be highly that effective. But when it actually lands, it's pretty powerful. But probably Battle Shield Warrior here over it still. Probably just take the Shimmerdrift Veil as a nice snow land. Can act as a dual land for any deck, and can also fix for any color of mana. Also counts as a snow land, so this card is definitely a high pick. Mass Vandal is a good green common. Inga's okay. Better in blue-red Giants, where you have sweepers and multiple direct damage space removal spells, so you can sometimes get the draw 3 trigger, but it's fine. But much better if you can draw 3 cards out of it, of course. And then it's just like the 4-star. Sika could actually be the pick over Struggle. Like, I mean, she's not that bad. She's not like an amazing mythic to open, but she's almost like Path to the World Tree, where if you do end up drafting the 5-color deck, you can eventually just cast the Prismatic Bridge portion, and then you can just outvalue the opponent by playing a bunch of creatures with the Prismatic Bridge half. And this is definitely the card you want to be playing with the whole Path of the World Tree thing going. So I would actually, yeah, I wouldn't mind speculating on a Sika and taking over Struggle for Skemvar, but she is definitely a card that's not the easiest to pull off in first pick, but she's definitely the most fun. And even if you can't play the rainbow portion of it right away, it's just a good early blocker. And then if you pick up again other Path to the World Tree cards, and if you're looking to splash other colors, this card can definitely help. So yeah, Hasika seems fun. Haven't really played her in draft yet, but I wouldn't mind first picking her. I would still maybe take Demon Bolt or Packmate over her, or even Behold the Multiverse, but she's definitely a consideration. So yeah. Right, and there you guys have it. Yeah, just draft red-white if you want to have the highest win rate in this set. Because everyone else wants to fight over the green deck if they want to have fun, of course. So yeah, this meta does shift. When the set first started, the green multicolor decks were top tier and the number one, but now it's gotten a little bit more aggressive because everyone found out how powerful the equipments are latched onto a flyer like the Battlefield Raptor, that has shifted where white red aggro has pretty much been one of the top tier archetypes to lean towards. But snow multicolor is still very fun, very strong, and I would always try to lean towards it to make a much more interesting video. But yeah, this is just another boring Boros draft. And thank you for watching the video, and hope you guys enjoy more of my draft content coming soon. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye.